This is my trade recap from April 1st, 2025. I'm going to go through a winning day that I had, which I could have done particularly a little better in the sense of being patient. I made a video on this already one time, but sure. I want to make sure I'm screen sharing the same thing. All right. I made a video on this maybe a couple days ago where I made the same mistake. I didn't really make a mistake, but it was more like being patient in my trades. I just noticed one of the biggest things with me is like when I'm trading, my psychology is kind of really hard to keep intact in terms of my emotions because, it's so easy for me to make a wrong mistake. It takes a lot of discipline and it takes a lot of like faith in your trade that what you're seeing is the right thing. Um, to let trades play out, man. That's like my biggest thing for me. That's something I got to work on. And something I really need to do is just letting trades run to full take profit or stop loss. I think it's just that feeling of like being wrong. It's a horrible feeling for me, and that's how I've blown many accounts, and I've just fucked up many times along the way of trading. But in this sense, I really feel like I need to just let it play out because I'm missing out so many opportunities, and I'm gonna go in today exactly how that happened. So coming into the day. And this was a banger trade. Like this was like probably one of my best trades I've ever had. Like I knew exactly where price was going. It felt so good knowing where price was gonna go today. Um, coming into the day, right? This is Tuesday. So earlier today, we were coming down into this fair value gap again, this daily 1 hour fair value gap. If you look at these, it touches of this gap right here, this one particular, right? And this one right here. These two touches, they're good touches, but at the same time, it's not really like a rebalance. And as I'm trading tier two, I'm going over like new material in this stuff. So I kind of figured out what a rebalance is, and now that I'm understand what it is, and I'm looking at it on price action in real time, it really does make a game changer for me. And I'm going to show you exactly how I ran into that today. Um, April 25th, Tuesday. It is Tuesday. Oh no, you know what? Today is Tuesday. This is where I messed up. Yeah, so this daily candle, I was expecting a move higher because of this rebalance right here, is what I was saying for today. So coming into here, let's go to the 15 minute. I'm looking at 15 minute and I'm looking for two things. First of all, I'm looking for a sweep of intraday liquidity, a previous session lows. So that would be this low right here. This is Asia session. And I'm looking at this low right here. This is London session. This is Asia session, right? And we have liquidity up here as targets. I'm going to show you where I messed up, right? That already got ran through. I'm going to show you where my thought process was coming to. So coming into here, I just need to mark out where news was. So we had high impact news today at 6:45, 5 minutes before our macro. So 6:45 right here, high impact news. And we had high impact news again at 7 o'clock, Jolt's job openings. So, I wasn't really looking to take a trade until after this. And oh, you know what? I actually took two trades. So I'm gonna go into it right now. These two trades that I took. The first trade was kind of iffy. I feel like it was more of a let me test this out type of trade. I probably shouldn't have took it because it was on ES. I never ever really trade ES, but today I took a very, very small scalp on it. So I knew I wasn't going to be comfortable trading until after this point right here, right? Because this is where the manipulation was going to happen. This is where price running was going to either come up or come down. So let's come right into market open, right? I took a trade, I think, right on market open. So you got here, this is 6:30. Let's take a look at another chart here, right? April 2nd. Let's also replay this because this is also very important. This is what I'm looking for on my um for myself. Boom, right here. Okay. Ah, this is live too. Whatever. We'll get into it right here. Wherever 6:30 is. All right, I just want to draw this out. Go full screen mode for this. So at 6:30 right here, you can see that because this is the trade that I caught it on, right? 6:31 right here. Okay. On NQ, we made a higher high, right? This is the 633 candle. This is the 633 candle. Right here, boom, we took a lower low. We made a higher low, right? So this is bearish SMT. And coming into at this point of the day, price was technically still bearish. And I saw this wick right here as a rebalance. So I actually took a short right here for two cons targeting one of these lows. I mean, I put my stop loss up here at this high because if this high gets ran through, I mean, it was irrelevant. And I put my take profit like somewhere down here. It was a really bad risk to reward ratio. I shouldn't have even taken this, but because I was kind of confident in this SMT right here, I was like, all right, price will move lower before it moves higher. And technically it kind of did. I got out there. I used only one contract on the micro version of ES, so it was only like $1.25 per pip. I think I only made like 18 bucks on it. It was nothing crazy, but that was my first trade, right? Second trade, let's just come all the way back here where I was. I'm telling myself, okay, price is not gonna get manipulated until news right here. And I'm not looking to take a trade until either A, one of these gets swept, or B, we come into a previous imbalance of price, right? So I didn't really care where price was gonna go. I really wanted it for it to be bullish, so to sweep these lows and then make a move up before getting into the day. So I noticed that after this news event, there was no manipulation. So I was waiting for this news event for manipulation to happen. And it was around, I want to say this time when I see price coming lower, I'm like, okay, let me expand out really quickly and just see if there's anything that I'm missing, right? Because we swept this liquidity, we come down, turtle soup it or whatever in terms of sweep. And we're coming down here and I'm like, okay, at this point, I'm like, what is there possibly that I'm missing right here? And I look over here to the left, I see this 15-minute imbalance. So I'm like, what's lining up with this imbalance right here? What's lining up with this 15-minute imbalance of price? Liquidity sweep. Liquidity sitting right here, it's sitting right here. So in my head, I'm like, now that price, I can get rid of these. What I want to see is price come down, rebalance this, and then make its move up on the next 15-minute candle, right? Ideally, that's what I would want to see. And I was like, okay, I have my perfect setup, right? I want the price to come down, rebalance this, and come back up on the 1 minute. On the 15-minute rebalance that imbalance and then come back up. I see this right here. Bam. Right. Let's go over to the 15-minute. What is that? That's a perfect rebalance of this gap, right? And this was actually where I took my position. Because I saw this displacement break above these highs. I was like, you know what? This is I just, confidence. Confidence can be considered arrogance as well. But I remember even when I put it, my take profit and my stop loss on the chart, it was perfectly like this. I was like, damn, like that is perfect. Like that's exactly where I was targeting. This is exactly where I was targeting my stop loss. And then the next candle gave me even more confidence because check this out for myself. I have a fair value gap within this rebalance of the 15-minute fair value gap of this giant displacement. And I'm just looking for more move up, right? So I was okay with price coming back down. I wasn't going to move my stop loss at all, because I was okay with price coming back down, filling more orders right here, and then coming back up. So then once I saw this candle right here in particular, where I saw it retouched into this fair value gap and started to make its move um, out of here. And of course, I'm trading on MNQ. So this number you see right here is completely irrelevant, right? I'm getting a dollar per tick, basically. Price started to make its move up, but not with a lot of displacement and speed. That's typically what you want to see on these trades, right? So I was like, okay, like what can I target here? That's going too far, right? At this point, I've been in the trade. Let me just go back. Take that buy, stop loss below this low, because that's going to invalidate the trade. Take profit at this high. We come up here. We've been in this trade almost 10 minutes. And for me, this is where like my mental starts to go a little crazy. So here's what I was gonna do because I was in two cons right here. I was gonna take the equilibrium of this as my take profit one, right? And I was going to take a con off and then obviously have my final take profit up here. But then you see this price action around equilibrium. To me, this is like, damn, like maybe it wants to reverse. Maybe there isn't enough orders, there isn't enough buyers in the market to make the price move all the way up to where I want it to be. I mean, at this point, you got to see where I'm looking at. I'm seeing one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. I'm looking at eight different candles that fail to close above this equilibrium with speed and displacement. To me, this is crappy price action right here. This is not what I want to see if I'm in a long. So I was starting to second guess my trade. So here's where I get pissed, right? I believe it was this candle that I got out on. Let me see. This candle. Yep. I just closed my position. I was like, you know what? I'm out. Um, this was my final take profit, whatever. And I remember I went to the bathroom and I come back and what do I miss? Bam. That's the candle I was looking for out of all this entire range of candles, right? Speed and displacement all the way up. And it sucks because it just smashed through my TP. Um, and price continued to move that way. So it was like kind of bad in a sense that, you know, it's good because I won the trade and I'm keeping my profits consistent around each other, keeping my consistency number pretty good. It's bad because I'm like, look at, I literally missed, you know, we're gonna measure from this candle to where I got out. I got like 200 points on ticks on this one, whereas I could have got 500, close to 600 ticks, complete game changer, right? That's like two wins basically stacked up on each other. Had I just let price move. But it's a lot to stomach, especially when I see stuff like this and I'm seeing how price action is slowing down. I mean, this was a perfect A plus setup in my opinion. We have the 15-minute rebalance right here of this imbalance after sweeps of liquidity. We have speed and displacement on the breakup, creating a fair value gap, coming back and even testing that gap and coming all the way back up, hitting my take profits. It sucked, but it is what it is. I'm not gonna pout about it now. It When I saw this, it was like, damn, like what am I gonna do? I'm not gonna jump back into the market and mess everything up again. I did have an opportunity to get in right here, but this is in the premium of the fair value gaps I mean, premium of the range of the displacement. So this would have been a bad trade. This would have been a FOMO move right here. So that's what I'm trying not to do. Let me see if I can pull up my stats. I do have my journal. Let me see if I can pull this up. Um, it doesn't seem like anything is revealing. So yeah, my two trades today, like I said, $17. mini ES, and then $196 on our micro ES and the micro NM NQ. So I've had pretty good days so far. Don't want to get ahead of myself though, because nothing is guaranteed in this market. Um, yeah, I'm gonna come back tomorrow. Hopefully, I haven't even seen where price is right now. I gotta get out of this market replay or whatever and make my analysis for tomorrow. Seems like, we're gonna make moves. We're gonna make kind of, in my opinion, this type of movement come up, come into these imbalances, maybe make a move down. I don't see ourselves pushing towards all-time highs because breaking all-time highs because just everything that's going on politically. It's getting pretty crazy out here with inflation and stuff. So I think we come up to these imbalances, rebalance, and then come back down. But who's to know, right? Who's to know? Who's to say? Um, that's all I have for myself today. Gotta keep doing the same things that I'm doing, just staying disciplined, staying um FOMO free because that's the big thing, it, it's eventually gonna happen where I lose a trade and it's gonna be how am I gonna react to that loss? Am I gonna jump back into a trade and try to make it all back, or am I gonna shut my computer and go on with my day like nothing happened that day? Same thing with my wins. I'm not treating them as like hooray for me. I'm treating them as more so as it's just another regular day. And I feel like with that mindset, I'll be fine. So all right, it's enough for me. Stick to share till tomorrow.